Happy Hump Day. We are coming off our first losing day of the season. It's time to bounce back. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we are here in the middle of the week to talk about a rough day yesterday. We knew a bad day was coming at some point. That's just how it goes. It was an 0-3 day after a great 10-2 run to start the season. Easily, and I mean easily, could have been 2-1, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. We'll go over the bets recap here in a little bit. Just a heads up, I was in the ER for most of the day today, just dealing with some pain. I'm going to be okay. But anyways, it kind of set me back today, and doing 2 videos in one night is tough. There will be no NBA video today. Just want to let you guys know I will still be dropping best bets in the Discord on X, probably in a YouTube short. If not, it'll be in our community tab with the entire write-up with all the bets and everything like that, because I want to give you a little details as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know we only had time for one video, and I already started doing some baseball, so we rolled with this. But that's how it goes, and I just wanted to keep you posted. But also, we had a ton of new subscribers in the last day or two, and a big part of that is because of Jordan from It's the Final Round giving me a shout out for the baseball videos. Thank you, Jordan. That's awesome. He's an awesome dude. We talk a lot. And if you, by the way, do not follow Jordan on It's the Final Round on YouTube, you are missing out. If you love player props, he is the man. He dives into a lot of data, gives you good head-to-head matchups and all that. All you new people coming over, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate it. I'm sorry we had an 0-3 day on your first day here, but we'll bounce back. Don't you worry. So anyways, we got a lot of info to get into. As you guys all know, before we do, we got one new Jabo MVP. Let's pull it up. There it is, the newest member of the Jabo MVP Club at Girl Dad Sports 23. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it. And if you want to become a Jabo MVP, it's only $2.99 a month. You get prioritized replies, shout out, and then, of course, you get badges and emojis. And we got a new baseball emoji coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But just a great way to give back, and I appreciate it. The Discord is free. It's the only thing if you want to help support us. But thank you to everyone who has. Let's get into the baseball fun fact. Here we go. The one fact of the day. There have not been any left-handed throwing catchers in the major leagues since 1989. How about that fact? I was 3 years old, and I have no idea who that was, obviously. But anyways, that's the fun fact of the day. In this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and I really don't want to. It's our first losing day. We just ate some humble pie in baseball, but we're going to then start out with the good hitter matchups. Every Wednesday last year, we did the hitters on fire. If you remember that, we got a ton of winners out of that. We will not do it today. We'll start that next Wednesday when there's some more at-bats and things like that. That's right. We're adding even more research help. And then good pitcher strikeout matchups, the pitcher report, and then, of course, our best bets, and we wrap it all up with the bets recap. So hit that like button like you guys have been doing, just absolutely crushing it. I am extremely humbled by the support we've been getting. It just makes our day, makes us want to keep grinding. So thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the comments, and just everybody who watches it. I've been getting comments, hey, I'm not even betting that much, but I watch your video every day. That's absolutely incredible. Thank you guys for all the support as we are on our way to 23,000 subscribers. So, all right, it's time to get into it, and it starts with the recap. All right, let's hurry up and get this over with and go over the 0-3 day, the first losing day of the MLB season. Over 4.5 runs, first 5 innings, Blue Jays, Astros. There was nothing. There wasn't like a ton of strikeouts. There was just absolutely nothing. Every single hitter was just getting out, it seemed like. And it wasn't even close. It was a no-sweat loser. Terrible read on my part, and it just sucked. But anyways, the whole team total parlay, Reds and Padres. The Reds had 2 going to the 9th inning, and that's why it's nice to be the road team, because they got 2 in the 9th to pull it out. We're thinking, oh my gosh, we finally get a winner today. We got the Padres team total. All we need is 3 runs to win. They got 2 runs after 4 innings. 2 after 4. In the 7th inning, 2 guys on, double play. They had 9 hits and ended with 2 runs. You just can't even make that up. So they ended with 2 runs. We lost on the hook. And then Jesus Luzardo. This one was kind of this tone setter for the day. Over 15.5 outs recorded. He had 15 outs. He had to face Aaron Hicks. All he needed to do was get him out, and we win a bet. He did not. He gave up a single. Right after that at bat, he got taken out, and that is just brutal. Just losing on the hook. We've all been there in all sports, but it was just one of those days, guys. Lost by 1 run, lost by 1 out. That's it. Makes the difference from 2-1 to 0-3. So we've been getting some good luck as well. So it just happens. But 10-7, 10-5 really on the run. 2 home run bets I just sprinkled big ones on. But anyway, still up 3.24 units. We'll take that after about a week of baseball. So that's what we got for the recap for April 2nd. And now let's talk the good hitter matchups. All right, let's talk some bats. And we have 13 good hitter matchups for you today. And some of those guys got hits yesterday. It's been cashing. So hopefully you guys are using this to help you get some winners as well. But like I said, 13. Some of you have been asking why we have some in green color. It's really just to separate it. Hopefully it helps you just read this easier so it's not just a bunch of white and you're trying to figure out where one ends, where one starts. Hopefully it helps. We don't know. But anyways, that's why we do it. Nothing about being our favorite or anything like that. But we got the 2 sluggers for the Cardinals. Nolan Arenado, 5 for 10, and Paul Goldschmidt, 11 for 21. 3 extra base hits and a bomb versus Joe Musgrove. So they have a good matchup. A couple Astros players, and Alex Bregman and Jose Abreu combined 12 for 39 against Chris Bassett Hound. And then also, actually, I forgot another one. Yordan Alvarez, 5 for 15. How about 4 bombs? 4 of your 5 hits are bombs against Chris Bassett Hound. So, and then Trevor Story, a couple bombs off Stripling and things like that. So, anyways, these are the good matchups for April 3rd. I don't usually like to go less than 8 at bats. And even 8 at bats, I want to see you at least hitting, about 500 or something. So that's what we got for the good hitter matchups for April 3rd. And now let's talk those pitcher strikeout matchups. All right, it's time to talk some arms now, and we have 4 good pitcher strikeout matchups. And if you are new to the channel, honestly, I just kind of go through each one, see who's a high strikeout pitcher, who's a decently high strikeout team. Right now, we're just using last year's stats because there's just not much sample size for this year. We will be using last 30 days instead as we get going on in the season. And these are the 4 that I picked out. So Zach Wheeler versus the Reds. Reds, 7th highest K percentage versus righties last year. 24.5%. Wheeler, 212 Ks, 192 innings, just a strikeout machine. And in his first start, just want to put a little note on there so you guys also know how they did. 5 Ks against the Braves in that one. And then Spencer Strider, you're going to see him up here all season long. Chicago White Sox, 11th highest K percentage versus righties last year, 23.4%. Strider, 281 Ks and 186.2 innings. In his first start, he got 8 strikeouts versus the Phillies. And just a reminder, I do these the night before, so sometimes you may wake up and say, what is going on? That guy's not even pitching. It happens. Pitchers change. So be sure to check that out before you're putting in your bets because all I can do is the night before. But Nick Pivetta versus the A's. The A's, the 4th highest strikeout percentage team versus righties last year, over 25%. And Pivetta, 183 Ks and 142 point innings, and he shoved it in my Mariners' face in his first start. 10 strikeouts in that one. And then Tyler Glasnow, we all know he can strike out some guys. Rough start to the year and strikeout-wise, 3 and 5 strikeouts only. But the Giants' 9th highest strikeout percentage last year. And Glasnow, just an absolute K machine, 162 Ks in 120 innings. So those are the good pitcher strikeout matchups for April 3rd. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here is page 1 of the pitcher report for April 3rd. If you are new to the channel, we like to give you all the numbers for every pitching matchup. It can help you in multiple ways, whether it's strikeouts, betting on walks, or just betting the money line, whatever it is. But here's page 1. Here's all the different categories, including expected ERA, kind of a good way to tell if someone's due for positive or negative regression. On the very bottom, you'll see the average numbers. Innings and record don't matter, obviously. Just so you have something to compare it with, 21.6% is about the K percentage. We are only using 2023 numbers right now because, giving you numbers for one start for a lot of guys or no starts just isn't very beneficial, I don't think. So anyways, we will get to using the 2024 stats. But that first one is the matchup of the day. Cole Ragans of the Kansas City Royals against Corbin Burns of the Orioles. They both looked absolutely electric in their first starts. And as you can see, both strike out some guys. Corbin Burns, I think, had 11 strikeouts in his first one. So that's going to be a great matchup. And then other than that, Frankie Montas looked good in his first start, even though he hasn't pitched in a while. But that's going to be a tough task going up against Zach Wheeler in Philadelphia. And then we got some not very good matchups, to be honest with you. Chris Paddock versus Ross of the Milwaukee Brewers. AJ Puck, who just struggled. I mean, it was AJ Puke that first one. He couldn't throw a strike. He couldn't do anything in his first start since turning into a starter from being a reliever. And then Patrick Sandoval of the Angels is not that great either, as you can see his numbers last year. But Spencer Strider, there's no pitcher right now facing him for the White Sox. They probably don't care. They already know they're going to lose. But Strider, obviously, we know is as good as it gets in the major leagues. And then Carlos Rodon of the Yankees versus Merrill Kelly. You know, Carlos Rodon didn't really show me a lot in the first start. I thought he'd have a turnaround this year, but so far he hasn't looked like it. And then Merrill Kelly at Arizona is a tough pitcher to beat, that's for sure. But anyways, that's page one. Take a screenshot, go get some winners. As you can see, we got some walk guys. You know, if you see some numbers like Chris Paddock, it's only 5 innings, so don't take like that 36.4% K rate. He pitched 5 innings in 2023, so I wouldn't use those stats very often. But now let's go check out page 2 in the last matchups of the day. And we got my boy George Kirby, my dark horse, my future. I gave out in the season preview to win the Cy Young. What a hell of a start he had in his first start. Can he keep that up? 1.04 whip, as elite as it gets in regards to not walking batters. 2.5% walk rate. I think he did have 2 walks in like the first inning last start and then never again. But anyways, he's a good starter. Obviously, Musgrove, Thompson, we'll talk about that a little bit more. Casey Mize, it was Tariq Skubal, but right before this video, it looked like it changed to Casey Mize. He didn't have any stats last year, so that's why you see NA along with Mr. Luke Little of the Chicago Cubs. So we just got some kind of below average pitchers, except until you get to the bottom. Kyle Harrison won us a bet over 4.5 Ks last time with 5, but he's got a tough matchup going up against the Dodgers and Tyler Glasnow, probably as tough as it gets. So, but anyways, those are the matchups and the pitcher report for April 3rd, and now it is finally time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description. Go sign up. It's an incredible app to keep you all organized, syncs with sports books and things like that. So here we go. This first game takes us out to the beautiful, wondrous Oakland Coliseum as the A's host the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox money line minus 148. A's money line plus 124 with an over-under or total of 8.5 runs. I'm going to get right into it. My best bet in this game, it's my favorite play of the day. Give me the Red Sox minus 1.5 runs at plus 110 on DraftKings. Now, I did some of these notes before their game ended because I went to extras, but going into yesterday, not counting that 1-run win that the Red Sox just had in extras, in their first 3 wins, they were all by 2 or more runs. And to go with that, all 4 of the Oakland A's losses, again, we're not including yesterday in these notes, but it was a 1-run game yesterday. But before that, all 4 of their losses were also by 2 or more runs. They lost by 9, 9, 2, and 8, losing by an average of 7 runs per game. Obviously, it went down now a little bit, losing by 1 yesterday, but it's just a way to say they're getting crushed. That's all. It's not like the reason I made this bet. But now we got a pitching matchup of Nick Pivetta, a solid veteran, versus the struggling Ross Stripling. Stripling has not been good for a little while now. He doesn't miss many bats, as you saw earlier, 18.4% K rate. If you look at his pitches, his fastball is now dipped to 90.9 miles an hour in his first start on average. 90 is not good, and especially nowadays. But he's given up a lot of home runs, 2.089 per 9 innings last season, if I can talk. And he's kind of got even splits. He gave up a 286 average against righties, 286 against lefties. Not good on both, but I just want to let you know. In his first start, he gave up 4 earned runs on 7 hits to the Cleveland Guardians. Now, let's go to Nick Pivetta. He had a good first start. We already talked about it a little bit. He gave up only 1 earned run and struck out 10 of my Seattle Mariners. My poor Seattle Mariners lineup struggling to hit yet again for every single year I've been alive, it seems like. But Nick Pivetta can really miss some bats when he's on. As you saw in that first start, he was better on the road last year also, which I like to see since they are on the road here. 3.56 ERA last season compared to a 4.54, almost an entire run different. These Oakland A's current hitters, if you just take all their current hitters, are combined. It's a small sample size, but 6 for 38 versus Nick Pivetta. It is no bueno. But like I said, it's a small sample size. Red Sox have the advantage everywhere in this game. They have the better starting pitcher. They have the better lineup, not even close. Trevor Story, Rafael Devers, all these guys, it is much better than Oakland A's. They have the better bullpen. The A's bullpen is not good. They will be bottom 5 by the end of this year again. And then they're the road team, which always helps because that means you're guaranteed 9 at-bats. When you're the home team, sometimes it can get tricky because if you're up 1 going to the top of the ninth, you now have to root for that team to tie it or anything or something like that just to cover the 1.5 runs. So I like them being the road team. Oakland A's, when they lose, they get crushed. And I think they're going to get crushed in this game. So give me the Red Sox minus 1.5 runs as my play of the day and my first best bet. All right, this second game takes us out to San Diego, California. We got the Padres hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. Padres on the money line, minus 148. Cardinals money line, plus 126. Total in this game is 8 runs. And speaking of the 8 runs, let's get right into it. My best bet is the over 8 runs in this game at minus 115 on FanDuel. So, to be honest with you, it was between this and the Cardinals team total over 3.5 runs as the best bet. But I just like this one. I think it just has a few more chances to win. So, 6 of the first 8 games for the Padres have had a total of 8 or more runs. And the matchup here, Zach Thompson of the Cardinals versus Joe Musgrove. So Zach Thompson, he is a below-average pitcher, if you don't know that. His first start, 5 earned runs in 5.1 innings, but it was against the Dodgers, so take that for what it is. He started 9 games last season because he mostly pitched as a reliever, and he gave up a lot of hits. You saw the number on the pitcher report. This is a guy that does not throw hard. He throws about 90 to 92 miles an hour. I think the Padres are going to get to him. They're going to bounce back. Again, yesterday they had 9 hits. They've been hitting the ball well. They just couldn't get the big hit, so I think they're due. I think they're going to get to Thompson early and often in this one. And then Joe Musgrove, a household name, but has not pitched like it so far. In the 2 starts, a total of 8.1 innings, 5 strikeouts only, and 9 earned runs given up. So he gave up 5 earned runs to the Dodgers in the Korea series. Again, it's the Dodgers. And then he followed that up with 4 earned runs against the Giants. His velocity is down another mile an hour. He's now averaging around 92 miles per hour this year. And this is wild, but he has 0 swing and misses on his fastball this year. 0. I know it's only 8.1 innings, but not 1. That's just not good. That means people are seeing it pretty well. I think this Cardinals offense can have a good game in this one. Jordan Walker hit a bomb yesterday. Finally got him going. Goldie Arenado combined 16 for 31 against Musgrove in their careers, as you saw in the good hitter matchups. I think the Cardinals lineup is due for some positive regression. I know they haven't started out that hot this year, but they just got some good hitters. Arenado's not going to hit what he's been hitting, which is 143 right now. Jordan Walker hitting 200. Contreras hitting 143. All these numbers are not going to stay there. They are going to start hitting, and I think this is a good game against Joe Musgrove, who has been struggling. And then I don't love either bullpen. Obviously, they used the bullpens again last night. I just don't think they're anything special for both these teams. And so give me the over 8. I mean, I think they get to runs. I think they could get kind of close after these pitchers are out, honestly, to get close to that 8 runs. But I love the 8 because the only way it loses is 7. If you can only get 8.5, I still do like it. Obviously, just not as much, but I do like that push factor at 8. So as my second best bet, give me over 8. Give me 9+ runs between the Cardinals and the Cubs. And let's move on to the final bet of the night. All right, we end it with a hitter parlay. Here we go. Give me Brian Hayes and Mookie Betts, 1+ hit each at minus 116 on FanDuel. So let's see if we can get another winner with these. Brian Hayes for the Pittsburgh Pirates to get 1 hit. He is a guy who was a breakout candidate for everybody this year, including myself. We've all been kind of waiting for him to take that next step. So far, so good. Hitting .391 in 23 at-bats this year. He's only struck out twice, so that's good to see. And he hits 3rd in this lineup, so obviously he's going to get his chances. And he's facing Trevor Williams. Mr. Trevor Williams, pretty much bordering a little Christmas tree alert for him. He is going to get lit up. He gives up a lot of hits, 11.1 hits per 9 innings, as you saw in the pitcher report. That's just absolutely terrible. It's terrible. And behind him is an absolutely horrendous bullpen by the Washington Nationals. Hayes is going to get a ton of chances in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 5 ABs and the Pirates hit him around a little bit. And then Mookie Betts. Mookie. He is unbelievable right now. 520. I repeat, he is hitting 520 this season. He actually has 2 or more hits in 5 of his 7 games. So if you're just betting him over 1.5 hits every game, you're making some money because he's done it in 5 of the 7 so far. Facing a lefty in Kyle Harrison. We talked about him in his last start. We took his over Ks. We cashed it barely. It doesn't really matter for Mookie. I'm going to be honest with you. Kyle Harrison is a good pitcher. He shows some promise. He's a young guy. But Mookie hits righties, lefties about even. And you know what? This guy, Kyle Harrison, still gave up 6 hits in his first outing to the Padres. Mookie is in an unbelievable lineup. He is hitting leadoff for the best lineup in baseball. He is protected by guys like Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, and the list goes on. He is going to have a good season. He looks like he's already off to an MVP type start to the year. He has 1 or more hits in 7 of his 8 games already this year. So give me Mookie Betts and give me Brian Hayes to each get 1 hit and stay hot. We're riding some hot bats in that third best bet. So that's what we got for today. If I have any added bets, which I probably will, it will be in the pinned comments below in the morning, or I guess today if you're watching it today on Wednesday. But then also be on X and on Discord. So before we end it, let's check out the bets recap. All right, there it is. We start out with the play of the day. Red Sox -1.5, fading the worst team in baseball at +110. Over 8, Cardinals Padres -115 on FanDuel. And then give me Brian Hayes and Mookie Betts 1+ hit each at -116 on FanDuel. 2 hitters that are absolutely on fire right now, and let's hope it stays that way. So those are the 3 bets for April 3rd right now. Let's turn it around. I know we had a rough 0-3 day, but it's the first losing day of the season. It is going to happen. But let's bounce back. And again, if I have any added plays, it'll be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support. I appreciate it. We got so many more days to talk baseball, and that makes me happy. So if you're getting any winners from the research help, let me know below in the comments. I'd love to hear it. But let's have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.